Welcome to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. This is the player ratings for Leicester City 0, Everton 2. A great victory for Everton. Brilliant team performance. Not many players are going to get low scores here, if any. Just thought they were all brilliant today and fully deserved the 3 points. Done what we had to do. But check out the match reaction, which should be up. This is the player rating, so we'll just stick to that, and if you want to hear about the match reaction, go and check that video out as well. But we are here for the player rating. So let's start with Olsen. Now, this was a bit of a weird one because no one's seen this one coming. Pickford just got his first clean sheet, and Olsen came in, and Carlo just said basically that he wanted to give him a go before the game. So, yeah, squad rotation. Bit weird though. Keeper's the last person you rotate, really, isn't he? But Olsen comes in, and he didn't have much to do, to be honest. There was one moment where Vardy headed it straight at him, and he just comfortably caught it. And that was the only time he was really tested. Thought he commanded his box well. Done all right. You know, so it looks like the defenders had faith in him. So I give him a 7 out of 10. Yeah. Not much to say on Olsen's part, to be honest, because Leicester didn't really trouble him that much. Mason Holgate, I've given him an 8. Now, the first half, I thought he was a little bit dodgy with his distribution. Weren't in the game as much, but second half, I thought he was excellent. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Getting tackles in all over the place, blocking shots and crosses, and just done a great defensive job. He weren't bad in the first half or anything like that, but second half, he really grew into the game. And you know what? He scored. You can't ask for much more, can you, from your right back? He's not going to get forward all the time, but he did try at times. However, I didn't mind him just sitting back in this game, especially when we were 1-0 up, because we just had to defend and make it hard for Leicester to break down, and all of the defenders done that. But Holgate, second half especially, was brilliant. So he's getting an 8 out of 10, and he scored. So well done, Mason. Yerry Mina, I've given him an 8 as well. Thought him and Keane were really solid at the back. And what I like about Mina, sometimes he brings the ball out. You know, he's good at doing feints and stuff, and you know, looks like he's going one way and goes the other, and gives us a bit of breathing space going up the pitch. He's good at carrying the ball at times, but and again, just doing what he had to do and getting blocks and shots in, blocks on shots in and crosses and stuff, heading balls out. That's what you want him to do. He's a centre half, and Michael Keane, I've given him an 8 as well. Exactly the same. Them two, I feel like they're a good partnership. I know they've had the moments in the season, especially Mina, where like the Newcastle game, I did fear for Mina in this one with the ball over the top for Vardy, but they just held the line well and played brilliantly. So Michael Keane and Yerry Mina are both getting an 8. Keane again, you know, getting headers in when it mattered, clearances. That's what he's good at, and I just think he was really, really solid, to be honest. So yeah, Ben Godfrey on the left, makeshift left back again. I thought he was better on Saturday against Chelsea, but I give him a 7 for this game, which isn't a bad score at all. I just thought in the second half, Leicester were targeting him a little bit and sometimes getting by him. There was a couple of times he was caught out of position, where it just looked like Leicester had quite a bit of space on that right-hand side. I thought he was better first half, but he wasn't bad or anything like that. It was just a few times Leicester were having a bit of joy down that right second half, but he looks like he likes defending, and he's an athlete. He's big, strong, and I think he's got a bright future at Everton. I really do. There's only one moment that really annoyed me when he pulled one of their players back, and just there was no need for it. It was like in the centre of the pitch, pulled him back, spun him round, and it's just a yellow card that could have been avoided. Apart from that, done all right. So Ben Godfrey gets a 7. Alan, he was probably going to get man of the match if he carried on the way he was, but he gets an 8. I've given him an 8 because he was only on the pitch for less than a half of the game, but what he done was brilliant. He moves the ball about so well, gets us up the pitch. He's just a great passer of the ball, wins the ball, does the dirty work. Commentators couldn't praise him enough, and if he stayed on the pitch, he probably would have got man of the match. I thought he was absolutely brilliant for us tonight, and he's going to be a massive miss. Hope he's not out for too long. It's a hamstring injury, so I think they range from about 3 weeks to 2 months, don't they? It depends. So he's going to be a big miss for us. But to be fair, another player did come on and do all right in his place, but I'll get to him in a minute. Decore, I've given him a 9 out of 10. I thought he was our best player overall on the night. and he's getting my man of the match. Now, Clinton Morrison also given man of the match, but do you know what? I had to think of a man of the match, and when the commentators saying who's your man of the match, I was thinking, it's got to be the Corey, it's got to be. And Clinton Morrison said the Corey, and I just went, yeah, it is, because it wasn't. He got 2 brilliant blocks in. 2 brilliant challenges, especially in the first half. I think it was VAR he was through. He timed it perfectly, and the second half he done a similar one to stop a dangerous Leicester breakdown. But he had to drop back a little bit today when Alan went off, and he just done everything really well. His distribution was the best I've seen for Everton, because he has been guilty of giving the ball away quite a lot. But today I thought his passing was brilliant, and I just thought all round it was his best game for Everton, to be honest. So he's getting a 9 out of 10. Thought he was brilliant. So man of the match, Abdullah Doucouré. Next, Gylfi Sigurdsson. Give him an 8. Thought he played well, Gylfi. His first half he was a little bit quiet. Second half I thought he'd done some really neat touches, really neat passes, looked calm on the ball, looked like a professional, someone who's been playing the game for years, which he has of course, but he looked like he was, he knew what he was doing basically. And there was a moment where I really thought he was around their fullback, I forgot his name, the young lad who's really, really good and upcoming. Fofana, is it? Done a really nice touch around him of Fofana, got the tackle in, but his set pieces were good today, his crossing was good, his corners were good. I thought he had a good game, Gylfi. I really did, and he had a shot at the end which just went over the bar from Iwobi's cross, but I thought he played well, Gylfi, so he's getting an 8. Iwobi, give him an 8 as well. Probably could edge towards an 8.5 for Iwobi actually, but I'll give him an 8. Thought he was done really well, especially when he went over to the left for the last half an hour. He holds the ball up well for us now. He's got good dribbling ability at times. He holds the ball up well. He moves into spaces. I just wish his crossing was a little bit better at times. Sometimes he gets good crosses in. Sometimes he just rushes them a little bit. But I thought he was really a good outlet for us today on that left-hand side in the second half. I really did. I thought he played really well. Iwobi looks strong, holds the ball up well. And he's getting better by each game, isn't he, really? I mean, he hasn't really put a foot wrong for a few games now. So, yeah, Iwobi getting an 8. Done all right, I thought. But Charleston, give him a 7.5. Mainly for the goal. I was edging towards a 7, but because he scored, I'll give him a 7.5. Look, he did play well. He just faded a little bit second half. But he was still in the game, We just couldn't get the ball to him sometimes, and he was on the floor quite a bit. But look, it was a good goal. I mean, I know the keeper should have saved that, but I thought it was a good, powerful, low, hard shot, and that'll trouble most keepers. So yeah, I thought the Charleston done all right. Just in phases of the game, weren't in it, but yeah, defended well. Was a good outlet at times. Done all right. Dominic Calvert-Lewin given a 7. Now, he didn't have much service today. It was more of a team effort to just keep the ball and defend today, especially when we want 1-0 up. But he did have a couple of chances, headed one straight at the goalkeeper, which if it was in the corner, he could have done better. He could have scored, but it was similar to Vardy's shot at Olsen. He was about 4 yards out. I think it was in the first half. And second half, Kasper Schmeichel made a great save. Calvert-Lewin was unlucky not to score there, but thankfully Holgate tapped it in for us. But look, Dom done all right. He's a proper centre forward now, isn't he? There's gonna be games where he doesn't get as many chances as other games, and this was one of them. But done all right, Dom. Give him a 7. Got brought off near the end of the game for Anthony Gordon. Now we'll get into the subs, and I'll start with Gomez because he was on the pitch longer than them all. He was on for about a half and 5 minutes. And I did fear a little bit when Alan went off, and I'd seen Gomez coming on, and I was just like, he can't do the job Alan does, but he did hold the ball up well for us at times, and done a few nice, neat and tidy passes, was calming the ball sometimes. There was a few moments where he was like bad in distribution, but as the game went on, he grew into it a little bit more, and that moment at the end, my heart was in my mouth. I was screaming at the telly going, what are you doing? But looked like he won the ball, so I could say it's a rash decision to put your foot out like that, but we're talking millimetres here. It's either a great tackle or a risky one, but thankfully the referee didn't give it, and it was the right decision in the end. So Anthony Gordon, I've given him a 7. He was only on the pitch for a few minutes, but got straight into it, got a tackle in straight away, ran up the pitch, took us up the pitch and won us a throw in, was right into the game straight away and wanted to be involved. So give him a 7 for the little cameo there. John Joe Kenny, I've given him a 6. We're on the pitch long enough to give him anything, but yeah, just give him a 6. He had a few touches of the ball, that was about it. But there you go, that is the player ratings for Leicester City 0, Everton 2. Please don't forget to check out the match reaction as well. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel, and if you want to comment about the game or the player ratings underneath, we'll try and get back to you. Thank you very much. See you later.